Money in the Bank is this weekend. It's a very fucking small card, 4 matches.
And also the sequel to When Worlds Collide.
Yeah, When Worlds Collide earlier in the afternoon. Pull that up too.
I like just referring to it as a sequel because it's actually AAA again.
When Worlds Collide 2. So,
you ready to go?
Oh shit, Lindsay Dorado.
Is he on the card?
He's on the card. He got
Good for him.
That's cool. How the fuck did he get on here? Who does he work for? Like, did he get called back to WWE? Is he signed to WWE?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, he's a coach. Oh no. I think he got, let me see, he got fired 2025. Yeah, on January 17th, 2025. He
also
was
very recently
brought back. He did an NXT live event and he wrestled one of the young boys. Yeah, and he's he works there. So he's on this card replacing Joaquin Wilde, old DJZ, who caught a concussion.
He did get hurt, didn't he?
During WWE Speed.
Yeah, I saw a clip where he was like laid out in the ring and people were
knocked out. Yeah. It says first time he's ever been knocked out. It's gonna be Lindsay Dorado.
As long as he's so that's somewhat impressive.
Right. It's gonna be Lindsay Dorado, Dragon Lee, and Cruz del Toro versus Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana in a 6-man tag match. I have a sneaking suspicion that is gonna be one of the better matches on the show.
Yeah.
Just because everybody involved and they want to show off their skill to the new WWE fans that had never seen AAA. So Aerostar is going to do some sick Aerostar shit, and you got
I do like Aerostar, which just says a lot for me as who's not a lucha person.
These are good people in here. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be very fun. You also have which I don't know. I think this might be the main event. Legado de Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Angel, and Berto versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown.
As I call him for short, Wagner 3G.
Wagner 3G. That'd be much easier than El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yes. It's also his Twitter name, so he knows it's easier.
And that does seem like, you hear Legado de Fantasma as a WWE fan, and you think that's gonna be the main event? No way. But like, Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown are like 3 of the biggest guys in AAA. Like that's like fucking putting whoever you think the 3 biggest WWE guys are, the second tier who aren't the champion right now.
Although Dr. Wagner Jr. in this particular situation is very funny.
Being involved with Pagano and Psycho Clown?
Being involved with AAA, who he had taken the deal for instead of WWE, only to end up here.
Yeah, only to end up contracted there anyway. They were like, no, I think AAA would be better for his development right now. He gets to do okay. Never mind.
Yeah, and as per my lucha friend, there was also some sort of like, there was the idea that he was sort of coaxed into it by family because he'd get to keep the mask.
Well, that's a big deal. You go to WWE, they want to take that shit off you. They think you look pretty. They did it to everybody. And then they lose his whole crew. Fucking, DJZ designed the first ROH logo. That's right, he did.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, so you also got Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice teaming up against Chic Tormenta and Dallas. That's going to be good. I've never seen Chic Tormenta or Dallas before.
Are those the women that have been messing with Vaquer?
Yeah. Yeah, they I think they cost her the championship. Or maybe somebody did. I don't fucking watch NXT. We got Ethan Page versus Javon Evans.
I don't go here.
Never. Ethan Page versus Javon Evans versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix. Probably the fucking dark horse to steal the entire show. Because look, everybody here's got something to prove.
There's no world where I think Ethan Page is in the dark horse match.
Ethan Page is gonna roll his ass out the way and let the wrestlers work. No, let the luchas lucha. Get your fucking plain ass out of here.
But John, look at this twist of fate.
Nah, man, get his ass out of here. He can catch wrestlers. That's what he's here to be, a base. That's why he's here. Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix are gonna flip circles around this motherfucker, and it's gonna be excellent. Good for Javon in this spot right here.
And then Ricky Starks is gonna get involved. No.
Ray Phoenix is an interesting case because Penta came to WWE and he took off immediately. Ray Phoenix has been a little bit. They gave him the WrestleMania match off the bat. He lost, but it was WrestleMania. You know,
he saved it.
So like, that's a big thing. But ever since then, the way he's been used on WWE TV is kind of like a cog in a machine, and whereas Penta's gotten like a dedicated push. Like you can tell that one's being pushed. Like this one just exists, and that one's being pushed.
I get what you mean.
So with him on this World's End show, it makes a lot of sense because you know luchador. There's luchadors here, but it was there was nothing made of his involvement. It was almost like this is what's expected of Ray Phoenix to be challenging for the NXT championship, showing up on NXT. He just got here, isn't it? Isn't the perception to new fans that the wrestler who just got here is already working at NXT might actually belong down there? Don't you want to not confuse them? Like, don't you want it to be? I don't know. It's strange. You would think maybe Penta would be on this show, but no, he's not. He's in the Money in the Bank. My boy's on the big. He's on the big pay-per-view. Yeah. He's on the big TV one. So I don't know.
Meanwhile, and I will not mince words about this idea. Meanwhile, Chad Gable's working twice.
Bro, we're gonna talk about that right now because this is irking me to no end. You gave Chad Gable a luchador gimmick. He's a luchador now. He's a fake luchador. He's got two personalities. He's Chad Gable and he's a luchador. And the luchador is not the one who works the lucha show. The lucha show. He's working the lucha show as his plain self, and he's being a luchador on the American show. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why the fuck isn't El Grande Americano on the AAA show? That is
already got into Money in the Bank.
That's the whole. No, he didn't. He got into Money in the Bank after. He got into Money in the Bank because he got two shots at it because he was two people. He lost his first shot and then he won the second one after they already booked this match for Chad Gable. Why the fuck is Chad Gable the one who has the AAA match and not El Grande Americano? That's the whole thing. He's a fucking luchador. He's wrestling for the AAA Mega Championship.
I mean, I guess I'd rather them just beat the obvious white guy instead of the guy we're pretending isn't the white guy.
Nobody's actually pretending that though. Like it's not.
Some of them are.
No, that's not real. Like that's the in canon. Everybody knows it's Chad Gable.
Talking about in canon, yeah.
Yeah, like in canon, everybody knows it's Chad Gable. They know it's him, and they're like, "Why are you saying this?" And he keeps trying to gaslight people, and for some reason, the company gave him two opportunities. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because the company is stupid.
like Michael Cole
that's
says.
What I mean by the company pretending it is actually two different people.
That's what I mean. So if it's actually two different people, then why didn't the company put the luchador on the lucha show? Like. Even in kayfabe, it doesn't make any fucking sense. In real life, it's baffling. It's baffling me. There has to be a story reason. I refuse to believe we went through all this trouble to get this fucking stupid luchador shit over, and he's got all this beef with luchadors, and we've been doing all this thing with mask stuff, and I'm sure he's gonna lose a mask versus mask match at some point.
Because at the end of the day, the fucking Grande Americano is the main roster gimmick.
This is a WWE branded show with WWE main roster wrestlers on it. All over
an
the
NXT
card.
Branded event.
No more. It's a full-on WWE branded WWE AAA crossover
tried that
event.
shit, but then you had the whole conversation about Phoenix.
But then they put fucking no, because Phoenix was actually like on NXT, like on the fucking NXT show, and actually challenging for an NXT belt. But like Legado de Fantasma were on SmackDown, like we're gonna go to Mexico because we have to prove ourselves, and like it's a full on fucking WWE main roster thing tied into the show, and they changed the branding, and then Chad Gable gets a shot at the AAA Mega Championship, which because he got into beef with fucking Vikingo on Raw. They could have done that with the mask dude. Again, we'll see how this plays out. Maybe there's some other thing involved, but if they just go this whole weekend and it's straight up just Chad Gable on the Lucha show and the Lucha guy on the main roster show, that's never gonna not bother me. It's never gonna not bother me. If the fake luchador never works a AAA show, are you fucking
Wouldn't
kidding
be surprised
me?
if it happened that way.
That
would not be surprised.
That would be absolutely.
I'm also just annoyed that the whole gimmicks lasted this long.
I love it. I have no problem with him acting like
it felt like he was going somewhere, and now it's just been he does this stupid thing.
I thought he was gonna go to a fucking AAA show, even before they bought AAA.
Before
they bought AAA,
like that.
It was rumored, like it was full on rumored, like he was gonna work with AAA. They were gonna do something, and of course, it turns out they were just gonna eat the whole company. But it was like when he left, when he said he was gonna go learn the dark arts of lucha, there was like a full rumor that he was gonna show up at AAA.
I never heard any of that stuff then.
And I was like, what the fuck? That would be perfect. He's got beef with luchadors. He should go to an actual lucha company and learn it and then come back. Of course, they do the thing where he fakes it.
So
but he's actually good.
You're operating on a completely old expectation that I did not have.
No fucking expectations. Greg, no. You can divorce yourself from this
that story,
all
so
you want. No. Beyond that, if none of this exists, if none of this stuff exists, none of this, you don't have to know nothing. We're going to go by what is being presented on television. There is a white man.
The white guy.
There is a white man who has issues with all the Mexicans. No, this is the story that they've done already. You can we rather see what we expect. I'm going to present what they gave me, and then I'm going to question why I shouldn't expect this, because you've set expectations. When you do certain things in a story on television, you create expectations. This man has trouble with all the luchadors. He goes out. He gets himself a mask. He legitimately, obviously in real life, he already had the skill to do this. But in kayfabe, he is legitimately now able to be a luchador. He can full fucking work lucha style. This motherfucker did a backwards 450 moonsault splash that I never seen in my life. Actually, did you see WrestleMania? I had never seen that fucking move before.
It's just a 2-chord Scorpio move.
Fuck you. I never seen Chad Gable do that shit. It was not a double. It was not a reversed. It was not the double moonsault, which is one thing.
No, the leg drop.
It was not the leg drop. It was a fucking
the same thing. It's just flat back.
That's a whole other thing.
It's just a backflip.
That's a whole other thing.
It's just a backflip.
That's a whole other thing. It's not just a back. You got a flat back. Anyway,
it's the same thing as the 2-chord Scorpio move.
The point is that he had been working a fucking grappler wrestler style, and then he has a whole other style under the mask. You've already created now a second character that is a luchador in the story where everybody knows it's Chad Gable. It's not being presented like Santino and Santina, who I think are actually two different people.
They've actually put them in two different. They put them both on screen.
Yeah, and then every week Michael Cole says this is fucking Chad Gable, and then Pat McAfee goes, "Shut up."
Doesn't believe the heel.
That's the idea. This story that Michael Cole is telling us.
Both on screen at the same time.
We're not supposed to believe that that's another person. That is Chad Gable, and it's obviously Chad Gable, and he always has the fucking same tattoo in his neck. And he's always the same build. And last week he wore the same boots, and they had to claim that he lent it to him. This is a very obvious gaslighting attempt that there is a white man masquerading as a luchador and causing trouble with all the luchadors in the company.
But and then the company for this long that they are two different people.
No, fuck you. That's not real. People. There's no word. Greg, get out of here.
Booking the show.
You are obnoxious.
Booking the show.
No, this is dumb. No, there's no world where that doesn't work. Where it's like, this is dumb. They gave you a fake luchador. They have a lucha event coming for the first time ever. And the luchador isn't on it. There's no fucking world where that makes sense. He's a
booking the
lucha.
show? Who's booking this man? It's two different people.
Them. It's them. It's all of them. It's always them. They write all of this. They could have put the luchador on the lucha show.
Not off screen, John. Who is booking Chad Gable as two different people and believing that?
Nobody. Fucking Adam Pearce is known to be is on screen a bad GM. They call him bad.
The company is bad, man. So nothing is really surprising.
Except that it doesn't make sense in real life that they really created a luchador character and really didn't use him on the lucha show.
This is doesn't make sense in real life.
No, you can't dismiss it like that. That doesn't make it okay. It still doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. Just because other things don't make sense don't mean this has to be stupid.
They got how that goes.
They got the lucha guy in the ladder match the same night. Fuck you. I don't know who thought that was funny. As a matter of fact, it messes with my OCD.
Because he's probably gonna win the briefcase.
That doesn't change why he wasn't on the lucha show. There's several people working. Like Stephanie Vaquer is working twice. So is he. He's not a different person. He is still the fucking same guy.
They book him like two different people.
No, they're not booking him like two different people. They're booking him like one asshole who is cheating the system. He is cheating. He is signing paperwork. He is committing fraud. There is fraud happening here. Somebody is signing up for 2 sheets. He's getting paid twice. Call the fucking cops.
Somebody in the company is complicit because they keep booking him.
Call the fucking police. Anyway, finally.
You have to take that into account that somebody in the company is just as complicit.
These people are sick. Down the street from this event, we get the Inuit Dome with the larger WWE pay-per-view. It's pretty. It's very pretty on the inside. On the outside, too, I think I'm looking at a picture of it on Wikipedia. It's very futuristic looking. Very glass. And it is shaped like a squished egg. It's fun. But we got a 4-match card so far. We still got SmackDown on
I heard about the building. It was freaking Baby Metal announcing they were running the Inuit Dome. I was like, damn.
They did this place for Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix. They had a lot of They had a lot of cool things integrated that we never saw again.
UFC used it shortly after and did the same.
I don't think we're gonna see that shit for this pay-per-view.
Because they use the halo a lot.
That does make it look cool. That when they pull back and they got the giant halo up there, it makes it feel like a big event, like a really big deal.
And all the lights on the chairs.
That is that's also cool, especially with WWE because they can sync it up with the entrances and shit. But we have 4 matches, like I said. The big main event: Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. You know, I look at this match, and I'm like, this stinks. That sucks. The only thing I'm interested in seeing is whether both world champions being in the main event of the Money in the Bank show factors in to the contract. As far as I know, Triple H doesn't like. Triple H is not a fan of this concept.
The briefcase.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, Damian Priest got an extended briefcase run, right? He had the briefcase. It was purple. Cashed it.
He had it all the way into WrestleMania. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna do that again. I don't think he's gonna do that again right now.
Stratton didn't take that long, did she?
No, she held it. Yeah, because she got a purse. She held it for like 3 months, 4 months, and then she cashed in on Nia Jax.
Yeah, which we're all just waiting to happen.
Yeah. Looking at the guys in this match, Money in the Bank, we got Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, El Grande Americano.
I'm disappointed Dominic's not in it.
I know. I'm not on this card at all. And they were teasing like Dominic versus AJ Styles, who we will talk about in a second.
Okay.
But yeah. So out of these guys, if Seth Rollins was to win that Money in the Bank contract, I would not be surprised if we ended the night with him as champion. Because they have the Gunther match the next night, and they have been building towards Jey Uso versus Gunther, and that's always like, but they have been building towards, but that was the red herring. That was the red herring. It was actually going to be Seth Rollins versus Gunther. You know how that goes. There's no guarantee that just because Jey Uso and Gunther had a segment together means that's the match. They like swerves. And if it doesn't factor in, then, we'll get a regular ass tag match between these four gentlemen, and I'm sure it'll be, honestly, I don't know. I can't. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. I don't know what value I take from this match. I hope that you like real big WWE fans are just glad seeing your favorite superstars in the ring together. I guess they're trying not to like shit on this thing. Trying to be objective. It's a big main event with big stars. I just don't care. It's fine.
Well, you're not exactly emotionally invested in anyone in here, so.
But I want to see John Cena. I'm not gonna.
You want to see a version
soon.
of John Cena that you didn't get.
He's fine. Like, I don't hate this. I just think it sucks. It's generic. It's what it is. It's like I expected more because he's John Cena, but it's just a regular thing.
I didn't expect more the moment he hit that first promo. I was like, oh, this is what it's gonna be.
I thought that was just gonna be the first promo. I didn't think that was gonna be every promo.
There was nowhere you could really go after that promo. You laid it all
out. Once you establish that, then you can be diabolical. Like, okay, this is the reason why, and now I'm gonna go be a piece of trash. But
he can be for the few dates he shows up.
He should be. Be worse.
But he's on his limited dates.
He should be worse because he's gonna be here less. But I do appreciate
what's your
seeing
definition of worse? Like, do you want more?
I want him to do bad things, really bad things, Greg. I don't just want him to be mad. I want him to be a bad person. I want to be ashamed of John Cena. I want to say, I can't believe he was my hero.
No, I think that's what the portrayal is for.
That sucks. No, I think it's I still appreciate seeing him. You're never gonna I'm still, every time he's on screen, I'm very aware that there's a certain number of days left. And when that last one hits, you are not gonna catch me standing there acting all sad and shit after I spent a year saying how much I didn't want to see him. Because that's what's gonna happen with a lot of people talking about how much they don't want to see John Cena. It's like, that is not the case, sir. I love John Cena. And we're never going to see his ass again. So appreciate it as we have it. But this match right here is a waste of my fucking time and his. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing with his precious time. He's teaming with Logan Paul. This is who we're giving the rub to. Okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. But yeah, that's the main
I don't know. I don't know what we would have done here, honestly. But like, again, the only thing I cared about with this last one was the John Cena nostalgia tour, and that's what we're getting.
Not even. We will, I guess, soon.
We have been.
Is this nostalgic to you? I don't feel the nostalgia unless I look at him and I force myself to remember other times.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I don't like this booking is like a holdover, but I don't know what you would have done for Money in the Bank. I laid out my idea, but they're saving it until later.
The obvious,
they said outright they're saving that until later. That was the report.
I know. So this was the alternative. Was this? I guess there was originally.
I don't know what the other alternatives are because the other guys are gone.
There was a plan for this match to involve Travis Scott, and Jimmy Uso, and it would have been a trios match. And at that point, that would have made sense. Get Travis Scott involved. But if you didn't have Travis, he lost him. So they just kept the Logan Paul and the Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso because they had been tag champions in the past. So it's not like it's missing a piece. No, it just doesn't have the same. It's just like
And
okay.
then you'd have to reshuffle Logan Paul and Jey Uso.
They could just have their Saturday night's main event match now or tomorrow. That would have been fine. Cody Rhodes wasn't even in it. What are actually now that I'm thinking about it, with Cody Rhodes involved with John Cena here right now, is he angling like is that a rematch coming now? When would that be?
SummerSlam.
Oof. Yeah, shit. Have fun with that. have fun with that.
Because if we're angling like again, obviously the obvious other big nostalgia match is the CM Punk bout, and if we're angling not to do that until sometime after SummerSlam, because the rumor is that they're angling for another Punk Rollins match.
Oh boy! I mean, I
at
guess
SummerSlam, then yeah, that's what you either do. You do
that sucks.
Cena and Cody again at SummerSlam as a WrestleMania rematch, or I don't know. A lot of the guys on the John Cena Nostalgia Tour are retired or not with the
What the
company.
fuck are we doing? Like this is he's working with Logan Paul right now. All right. And we still didn't do the Gunther match. Okay, get the fuck out of my face. I hate you motherfuckers. I hate all you motherfuckers. I hate this company.
I
Bad
did
thing
not
says
see that.
that's cool. I don't care what they call themselves. They're only teaming once. And they'll never do it again. Create some fucking one night only merchandise. You know, some shit there that you can only buy now. That's fine. I don't care about that. I'm just thinking like there. I don't care to see this. This is a waste of a date. This is a Monday Night Raw match. We could have done this on a Raw instead of coming out and cutting that same you people
Maybe
promo.
that's why the show's called Money in the Bank.
The Money in the Bank because they know that shit is there and they don't have to put no damn effort in. I hate you. No,
Have you seen some of these Royal Rumble pay-per-views?
but I guess this
So
match will
PLEs,
have
yeah.
this match will have some shenanigans at the end. I'm sure, and we'll see what happens. I'm sure some Money in the Banks related stuff.
I
We've
mean,
also-
listen, if your cash in theory holds weight, then the entire booking comes together.
It does because it's the only thing that makes sense if in that context. But I've seen WWE just plow through conventional thinking a lot. They just tend to do that. That's why El Grande Americano is on this show and not on
I mean, if it's
Saturday.
I don't know if it's the
Like, why is it the main
conventional
event on a show? It's a show called Money, and I hate when that happens. They've done it in the past. They always
they've
do
done
this.
it. They've done it plenty of times.
I
Royal
hate-
Rumble is not always the main
hate it.
event.
I hate that shit. That makes my
We've
dick
seen.
so
I
soft.
think we've seen multiple Hell in the Cells where the
Softest.
Hell in the Cell is not the main event.
The softest dick. If it's a match that is not able to main event in the Hell in a Cell, why is it in the cell? Get it out of there.
Sure.
What are we doing? what I
I
mean.
think. Have they done it with Chamber?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Rock. What was the year that The Rock wrestled at Elimination Chamber?
Is that when he beat Punk?
No, because he beat Punk at the Royal Rumble.
Did they rematch?
They did rematch, didn't they? They rematched,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking loses.
So was that it? Did they rematch
Oh, and then
at
now,
Chamber
and then
they were the
this
main?
year he main evented Elimination Chamber with a segment.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
2013, Max says. Yeah. It would have been 2013.
With Punk and Rock?
Yep. Punk and
Okay,
Rock
yeah.
rematch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's not a surprise. I just like, this makes my dick soft. And honestly, sometimes when these non-title rematches, like, oh, but the champions are in it. Like, that is straight up some B-show shit. I hate it. But the champions are in it. It's a tag match. Get your 1980s
John,
WWF superstars ass out of here.
John, if I can get you to go through it, you are gonna be so annoyed with the occasional time that fucking ECW ends a pay-per-view with a 6-man tag.
Kill me. Actually kill me. Now we know, because that's how you know Like, oh, this is we're on cruise control today. Yeah. We got the tag match main event on a 4-match card. These motherfuckers are bold, Greg.
No, okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, quick aside. So yes, John. It's November to remember. Taz just left. We just put the belt on Mike Awesome. John, Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka is in the middle of the card.
And we're closing this with a fucking trios match.
Fucking main event is the Impact Players and Rhino versus Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, and I forgot who they were tagging.
Yeah, I bet you did. I would even.
I think it was Raven. I think it was Raven because they were doing the Raven and Dreamer thing.
You leave.
It was Raven Dreamer and the Sandman versus Rhino and the Impact Players. That was the main.
Leave the building. That reminds me of Cornette booking the fucking Jiu-Jitsu main event of Ring of Honor's 10th anniversary show and putting Kevin Steen and Jimmy Jacobs in a street fight on before it. They immediately put me to sleep. But yeah, no, we'll see.
Jiu-Jitsu main event?
It was Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole and Eddie Edwards.
Oh, okay.
It was the most fucking boring possible match you could have put on after that fucking street fight, bloody spike to the head shit they just did. These motherfuckers slow pacing, fake shooting. I was like, I can't do this right now. I hate you. It's not even a world title match. It's a tag team match. Ah! Oh God. Anyway, yeah, Money in the Bank 2025. We also have Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyria is champion. If Valkyria loses, she will be forced to raise Becky Lynch's hand and acknowledge Becky as the better woman. Classic.
I can no longer challenge for this mid card.
Classic pro wrestling trope. This has been a very clear case of Lyra Valkyria is missing something. Becky Lynch believes in Lyra. Becky Lynch wants to work with her to bring it out of her. Shit. She's been talking more. That's for sure.
She's been doing a thing that resembles talking.
I don't know. I don't see it as like a big improvement. I'm sorry. It's fine.
I don't either.
I think it's fine. It's not like they're trying to sell it as though she's more aggressive now and she's like got a new side of her, but it's not coming across. It isn't. And even in the quote unquote angry promos, it's like very soft spoken. Like, you might think that I've been different lately, Becky. It's because I'm angry. And I was like, she doesn't sound it. She sounds very soothing. Actually, I think you say I would like a hug from that woman. Actually,
John is just playing the promos as sleep sounds.
She's like, no one has hurt me as bad as you have, Becky. And I was like, damn, you could scream or you could cry or something. I don't fucking know. We could put a little more effort into that, but not everybody's able to emote that way on demand. Especially in front of all these people and thinking about what you have to say next and having to follow that fucking script, that horrible fucking script. Max says he loves Bird Person. I do love the Bird Lady. I think she's a great wrestler. I just think she was a little undercooked.
I've never been particularly impressed by her in anything.
I like her wrestling. She was in NXT. She was having actual like competitive matches with like Roxy and she did one. I want to say she did one. Who was the bigger? Was it Becky Lynch? It was Becky Lynch. Did she have a Becky Lynch match on NXT?
Yes.
It was.
She took the belt from Becky.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I remember that. And up here, she had a really good match with Bayley. She had one with Dakota Kai before she left. That was like the best match she had as Intercontinental Champion. But it was always that she couldn't put real personality behind the WWE script they gave her, so it just comes across really generic. And I don't know that Becky Lynch succeeded in pulling out something out of here.
Woo!
She was undefeated in NXT UK for a year. I didn't know that.
Of course you didn't. It was NXT UK.
I didn't watch that shit. I watched Gunther and
Giulia.
Ilya a couple times. The silent one was ironically better, but only because it's them. Because they were beating each other so bad that the sounds of their violence was actually really cool.
Yeah.
But other than that,
it's like I was telling our guy Dan about like COVID baseball. Like COVID baseball was really weird, but the sounds of the bats with nobody in the stadium were amazing.
It was during the pandemic.
That was the only thing good about it.
Lyra was champion during the pandemic, so I definitely
Which is even worse.
Double not watch that. And then finally, we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match: Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Giulia, Naomi, Stephanie, Vaquer. Listen,
my head says it should be Naomi, but maybe not.
If they had any balls, if you had a dick big enough
with balls
that are proportionally large, you would give Stephanie Vaquer the contract, and then you would push her for a fucking year. Like, the contract literally just exists as your plot device. Put it in a pocket, and don't do the Vince thing. Don't do the Vince thing. They like to do the contract, and then you lose because it's a surprise when you win.
Sure.
No. Waste this fucking thing. This stupid. It doesn't matter. Fucking briefcase. Waste this shit. Give it to Stephanie Vaquer. Push her as if she was going to be in the position you're going to put her in anyway, and then have her babyface Rob Van Dam cash that shit in for WrestleMania. Easiest goddamn 8 months you had. I've given them right to you in your hand. You've got a megastar here. Don't waste time. Why are we wasting time?
I'd argue if she was going to be that good for that long, she would have already earned a title shot.
No, she just got here yesterday. This is she worked her first match on the main roster and earned
the Machine Guns won the belt within weeks.
That's stupid though. They're a tag team. Triple H they don't care about tag teams. I told you on day one. It didn't fucking matter.
Who was the other girl who showed up and got the belt immediately?
No. I remember saying specifically with the tag team championships, they are lying to you all. And people were like, oh, look, they got the main event. It's going to be a new day for the tag division. And I said, you're fucking dumb. Watch.
What main event are we talking about?
I can't remember what it was. Johnny Gargano.
It's not WrestleMania, is it?
No, it was before WrestleMania. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa won the tag titles, and it felt like a big deal. It was in like Cleveland or some shit. Yeah,
it was in Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland, and they ended SmackDown with pyro.
It's like Johnny Gargano's hometown, isn't it?
And all this shit. Yeah. And then people were like, "Oh wow, look, this is Triple H cares about tag team wrestling." He fucking doesn't. They get to do this shit.
Cares about putting Gargano over in his hometown.
You know when was the next time the tag teams had a highlight? When they did the damn TLC match and they all fucking killed each other. Like, that was a year later. That's when they'll get spotlight, when they need them to do something like that. The women get a little more care taken of them. Stephanie comes up here, she wins, immediately goes into the ladder match. There's no reason why she can't earn. There's no reason why. There's no story reason that doesn't make sense as to why she can't just be this good and have that. I won. I'm holding on to it. Is she gonna cash? You don't even need that stupid tension. I guess you can always once in a while tease it just because it's there and it creates good situations. You can always do things. But damn, give it to the prospect. Babyface cash that shit in at WrestleMania and watch 86,000 people chant Booker T's Gooner chants when Stephanie bounces her ass cheeks in the middle of the fucking ring and then wins the fucking title.
I just feel like I feel like we could accomplish all that without the briefcase and then put the briefcase on something interesting.
That is interesting. Because look at the other fuck. Look at the other fuck. What the fuck else is here? We could get Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez. Woman. Who, Naomi?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. We already did this.
She's got something much fresher, much more interesting going on.
I guess, because now she can say, caution, I have the suitcase. Fuck you, Greg. How dare you? No.
It's a much more interesting angle for the briefcase.
Hell no. Your briefcase is gonna have horns. I want the briefcase to have horns.
I don't give a shit about the briefcase having horns.
Yeah, you want to wrap it in tape.
I don't want to do anything with the briefcase.
No, you gotta do something with the briefcase. It doesn't work if you don't make it fun. Tiffy had a purse.
It worked for years without doing anything.
That's not true. That's not true. Edge is the one who had a black briefcase. Edge. Everybody else made sure. Rob Van Dam the very next year went and got his shit tricked the fuck out. He was carrying a big ass, stupid ass tie-dye briefcase. It was ugly as fuck, but
it wasn't tie-dye.
It was fucking tie-dye. It was like green and blue. Look that shit up. He had a tie-dye briefcase that he cashed in.
It was designed like one of his gears.
Exactly. Tie-dye high.
That's not.
I'm fine as fucking.
It's not tie-dye.
I'm gonna find this goddamn briefcase. That shit was tied. It was fucking blue and green at least. But on year 2, they were already doing the damn customization. That was almost tie-dye. They were going for a tie-dye effect. You're killing. Yeah, they spray painted that thing.
Yeah, because that's how he gets his stuff airbrushed.
It was cool. Who else? Brock, Mr. Kennedy. Edge, even the second time, had a damn logo on it. Punk had his logo on it. They always trick the thing out. I think Sandow had like a leather one.
He had some sort of thing with it.
That was funny. It made sense. Although,
but the last couple of years, they've just been like, when Miz had it, it was just the red one.
Yeah. Damian Priest got one that was purple. Said Senor.
Yes, it did. They didn't change the design for Dolph Ziggler.
That's so petty because they knew. Because now knowing what we know
they
about him,
didn't change the design for Seth. He had the gold one.
He did have the gold one and kept it. Oh, and the thing with his was that it would get progressively more and more fucked up. Yeah.
And the last couple of years, they've just had like the red one and the white one for the men and the women.
But those no man, Tiffany had a purse. Tiffany had a purse.
Carmella had the regular briefcase.
Carmella had James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth is not a briefcase, John.
Do we know that for sure?
Jesus. That is a man. He married a woman.
So you say. Because last I heard.